What's up, world? How we feeling? How we doing? How we truly connecting to all that we are and all that provides us love, provides us joy. Like how we really truly connecting for real. I Today has been a beautiful day. I can now believe. I cannot believe I am sitting in front of a camera after I done got laid off today. I done got laid off from work today and I am sitting here recording. That shit wild. That shit wild, but I think it's definitely something that you gotta speak about, you gotta feel about, you got to understand where you are about certain things, and sometimes you want to be able to replay those moments and be like, you know what I'm saying, when I was right here, you feel me, when I was right here, you feel me. I made that shit happen regardless, goddamn. Couldn't nothing stop me, goddamn. You feel me? Like, you have to be unstoppable. Not even that you have to be unstoppable, you are. You know, when you understand your power inside of yourself, that God body energy that lives inside of yourself, when you understand who you are, you realize everything happens for a reason, you know, and when you align into your purpose, which is just to be, everything aligns for you. Nothing is forced and everything is felt. And you become in alignment with that divine energy that lives inside of you, you know. And so when shit be happening, goddamn, when shit be really happening in your life, it does not have you down bad, you know what I'm saying? Because when you truly understand there is no such thing as good and bad, but everything that we have created inside of our mind stops and halts us from who we truly are, you know. And who we are is beyond all the things, all the earthly things that can happen to us, you know. Whether that's get laid off, goddamn, or whether that's, you know, being in a long-term relationship and it doesn't work out. In those endings, the mind always feels as if there's no return. There's nothing we can do. The fear starts to set in inside of the mind. But once you realize that you are none of those things, you are not the fear, you are not the mind, you are not those feelings that have you attached to certain things. Once you go beyond those things, like, you would get laid off and be on camera. You would get laid off and now you sitting in front of two light sources and a camera pointing to you, talking about how you just got laid off and laughing. Like, Motherfuckers probably be like, yo, is she good? I'm great, goddamn. God body energy, great, goddamn. You know? Now I'm not gonna pretend like I'm not upset about it or I don't feel no type of way about it. Of course, you know, emotions and feelings are always gonna be a part of this reality. But to attach myself to those thoughts, to those feelings, and think that I am those thoughts and I am those feelings, I can't do that no more. You know, I must go beyond all of those things so that I can be inside of who I am, who we all are, which is consciousness experiencing itself through multiple energies, multiple lives, you know, experiencing itself, you know. So I gotta go beyond that. I have gone beyond that. I've seen and felt, and I'm feeling what it feels like to go beyond all of the things that are meant to make me feel some type of way and put me in a fearful mode. Like going beyond all of that shit, it is the greatest power that we have all been given. But most of us don't use it, and most of us don't even know that it exists, because we're so used to living in this cycle, so used to living in this world, so used to having to pay bills, so used to worrying about what he say, she say, so used to living in this mind that has been controlling you, goddamn, that you don't even know who you are, you know. And when you take a breath, when you breathe, when you get laid off, when you go through pain, supposedly, and you witness that pain, you witness being laid off, you witness and observe all of these moments that were supposed to give you pain, and you go beyond it. Then you know who you truly are. And nobody can stop you from that. Not even yourself. When you go beyond the things that were supposed to shackle you, when you go beyond it, like who do you become? Who are you when you go beyond those things and you become limitless? You become aware. You become consciousness walking. You know, who are you when you become those things? Sound like some folks gonna be a little scared of you, because they've been trying to break your power down for so many years, so many thousands of lives. They've been trying to break your power down. And whenever you find that power and you live in that power, ooh, they understand what that wakes up in others. But again, I'd rather die on my feet, goddamn, than to die on my back. Die with shackles on my hands. Die with shackles in my mind. Die with shackles. I'd rather never do that. You know? I'd rather die on my feet as a God, as who I am, as who I have always been for millions, thousands of lifetimes. You know? I'd rather live and be aware of who I have always been. Because there's power in that when you find out who you have always been. And that's why they have tried to take that away from you. But now, goddamn. But now, you done woke up, goddamn, finally, shit. Sleepy head ass boy. You know what I mean? Now you done woke up. Yeah. And now you get to be anything that you ever wanted to be. You know? You get to be anything. You become limitless. You become into your own power. You become. I love you, my reflection. I love you. Because I see you in me. I done seen, you know what I'm saying? I done been up and down the street, you hear me? And been through that and been through this and went through that pain and all this kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? So, and I done also felt some great energy, you know what I'm saying? Some good love, you know, and amazing moments, divine moments. I felt it all. And I know that you have too, my reflection. So I love you, my reflection. And I see you. And if you going through some shit right now, keep your head up. Shawty. Big partner. Keep your head up. Stay strong, goddamn, and understand who you are. Understand who you are. And stand in your power. Stand in your power. Thank you. Thank you.